There we go. Oh, sorry, I was going to record this. So we're going to hold off on questions until the end. I have a Padlet that I'll send out with the presentation, and that is like for any FAQs, any burning questions, anything that you may have questions upon. I'm gonna look at that tonight and tomorrow, and I will get those all. I will send out an email with all the answers to questions on Friday. If there's any questions, I know a lot of people have already reached out to me or via email or calling. I'm doing my best to get back to people within a couple of days. It is, there's quite a bit. I am also an administrator at the high school, so kind of pulling double duty in a sense on the online stuff and also in person. So just be patient with me. I'm trying to get back to people as soon as possible. So, but that FAQ will be a point where if you have any burning questions after we're done tonight, feel free to put those in there, and I will make sure I get answered every question and send that out on Friday. Okay, I do appreciate that. So the agenda for the night, I kind of see, we're just going to be working down through here. Open communication, we'll talk about start dates, our Chromebook checkouts, the attendance process for elementary and secondary, because that will be different. Schedule overview, and also that'll be K through 6 versus 7 through 12. So we're going to have a little bit, some topics where it may not pertain to everybody, but we're all together, we're all in together. So we're going to try to hit as many points together as we can. And then we're going to talk about just the help ticket process, getting that extra support that we may need. Student progress meetings, that's something that we're going to require from all stakeholders. And just a quick talk about etiquette, kind of what our expectations are for that online learning setting. And then student meals, something that we'll touch on in the end. So those are kind of that's our agenda for the evening, but I will add more information as I get questions in that Padlet at the end. So staying connected is really important. And again, I really appreciate everybody being able to call me or email me and getting in touch and asking a various amount of questions, which has been great. The district website is being updated, and the Scappoose Online Academy website is being updated by district office personnel. I will be sending out a newsletter on a weekly basis is kind of what we're shooting for. Just depends on the kind of like the news that's coming in and what we have to disseminate out to everybody. I don't want to be sending you 1,000 emails or stuff that might not pertain to everybody on a weekly basis. So we're going to try to respect people's time and not inundate your email boxes with a ton of emails. Parent view synergy. I know some people have already started to get that. We will get all the parent view and student view kind of stuff tomorrow night at our Chromebook checkout, which we'll go into a little bit more. Classroom communication is obviously important. Ariel's really great at checking on email. You'll have access to a phone here pretty soon as well. So we're just trying to make sure that we have open communication, trying to provide as many avenues as possible to you guys as parents and families. And then we have SOAP. So this is something new. This is going to be our Scappoose Online Academy parent organization. There's a Facebook page already created. Clea Holsworth is actually a working, she's a colleague here. She's a math teacher. She has started this, which I think is awesome. It kind of helps with some of that community, that partnership, because this is something that's going to be really big. I know it's a big undertaking for a lot of parents, and she wants to set up something that's going to be a kind of support network to be able to communicate with families, also bring kids together and kind of just put more of a community feel for this online academy. And I know it's kind of everybody's in a silo, and she's really working hard to pull people together, which I really, really appreciate. And then just email. Like I said earlier, you have both our emails, and feel free to get a hold of us at any point in time. I'm answering emails to the wee hours of the morning and night. So I'm totally open to getting those at any point in time. All right. Anything to add? Ariel, we good there? Awesome. All right. So start dates, the SOA is going to follow the same calendar as in-person schools. The calendar here, I put a link in this as well. I did send it out in the parent welcome letter. So kind of important dates: kindergarten, it starts on 9/13. Grades 1st through 7th and 9th will start on Tuesday, the 7th. Grades 8, 10, 11, and 12 will begin on the 8th of September. So I know it's a little crazy, but that's kind of, we're following the same schedule as the in-person to make sure that we have staff available, because secondary teachers are also going to be kind of pulling some of that double duty, working with our 7 through 12 kids and our in-person kids. So kind of trying to make sure that we're making it logistically possible to handle all those areas. So Chromebook Checkout, I've had quite a few people ask me about this. So we are going to have Chromebook Checkout tomorrow, September 1st, here at the high school. It's going to be from 6 to 8. We're going to provide the login information for your students that time. I know there was a snafu with some of the emails today. I had a couple email about that. That has been cleaned up on the Google side of things. So we'll have everybody's account information tomorrow. Those of you that have asked about using your own device, that's awesome. Please feel free to use your own device. Chromebooks they're functional. They'll do the job, but if you have your own device at home, please use that, because it's going to be a better tool as far as being able to connect and mapping your printers and everything else. So we will have the people that are using their own device, great. I will email login information out on Thursday. So those people that don't show up, so we'll keep record of that, and I will blast that out to individuals on Thursday. If you do have any issues with any accounts or login problems, you're going to want to email ssdit@scappoose.k12.or.us, and that'll be, I'll send this, it'll be in the presentation when it gets sent out. It has a live link. And they will help reset passwords, troubleshoot any kind of problems that we're having. We added to our tech team this year. We have two great guys that are local guys. They're both tech engineers, and they're doing a fabulous job behind the scenes, taking care of a lot of different issues. Super excited to have them on our team. I think just a real quick tip is just like, post that login information for anything that you will need to get into Canvas, anything like the Florida Virtual, Edgenuity, Apex. Have those by that designated workspace, because I know it's hard to keep track of everything. A lot of it is like going to be single sign-on. Should have the same information as we go through, but it's always best to have that close and handy. All right. So just kind of start going through a little bit of the attendance process. K through 6, attendance will be taken at class meetings. So it's real important. So we will send out a schedule for those class meetings. Things are going to be grouped, and I'll let Ariel kind of touch based on that in just a minute. If your students are going to be there, just send an email to your student's teacher, and they will take care of the attendance on their side of things in Synergy. And then big and real important thing is just make sure we're updating on any contact info if things change at all, like emails, phone, those things. If you can make sure you're contacting myself or even the homeschool is going to be helping with some of that, is just to make sure those are up to date. So we're sending emails to the most current addresses. 7 through 12 is a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit similar to last year. There will be an attendance button on your student's Canvas page. They can hit that attendance button at any point in time in a 24-hour period. So that's just we'll really work to kind of hit home with that. And I'll be checking attendance, and that's something we'll talk about at our progress meetings. Okay, so real important, like just kind of getting a routine. They set a schedule, they get up, click the attendance button. It's going to kind of keep you from getting any auto dial calls or emails. So just making sure that we're getting our kids clicking that button in the morning. All right. And same thing, just making sure that we're updating information and getting those emails or anything that may change into Synergy or Parent Review as soon as possible. So I'm going to have Ariel go over this slide.
Thanks. All right, so here's what you can expect for your K through 6 schedule. We'll have daily class meetings. It'll be 30 to 45 minutes in grade band groups. That's going to be a time for students to connect with each other and with me. and for me to go over the independent work that we're going to be working on that day. The meetings will be in the morning. I haven't decided on the time yet, but I will let you know by the end of the week. And attendance at those meetings is mandatory, and participation with cameras on is also required. The meetings will look a little bit different for the first week or two because we're going to spend most of our time learning how to use all of our new technology tools and how to interact with our new curriculum. So it would be great if parents could come to those meetings if you're available, so you can learn along with your students. As we get going, parents won't need to come to those meetings anymore, but for the first week or two, it'd be great. Then the rest of your day, if you're a K-6 student, will be on independent work. So it'll be about 4 to 5 hours working on lessons within Canvas, and also offline practice like independent reading or other paper pencil tasks. That work can be completed at any time of the day, and there will be new work assigned every day. And so I'll be managing the work that's assigned. You won't be able to set your own pace. I'll be assigning new work each day for those students.
And thank you. So 7 through 12 schedule is going to be a little bit different. There's still going to be that 4 to 5 hours working on lessons in Canvas and that offline practice, such as independent reading, like Ariel said. Work can be completed any time of the day. So that's one of the nice things about the secondary students. So that's 7 through 12. You have the ability to work on anything at any time of the day that you want. New work will be assigned. We're looking at every day. And then teachers are going to be available for support daily. Time will vary depending on this teacher schedule and the need. So that's something we'll go over. We'll have a help ticket process in place to kind of request that help. And then again, just making sure, like I have a sophomore, and I know like for CDL, we had to set up a designated workspace, set up a schedule that is going to fit your household, like not letting them sleep until noon every day, kind of get up, get the blood flowing, getting some food in their belly, and making sure that we're doing things the right way so they're kind of ready to learn. It is going to be a lot of that self-motivation, self-determination for that 7 through 12. But I'm fully confident we got a lot of smart kids that have excellent executive functioning that can make this happen. I will send home like a sample schedule that I would recommend to follow this week. So this leads us in the help ticket process, and this will be coming out as well. So it'll be a Google form, and what it'll be, it's going to be if I would type in like Brad McKetty, art, or let's say Algebra 1, Unit 1, I'm going to hit whoever my math teacher is. Let's use Miss Holsworth because she's a math teacher and I can see her in the bottom of my screen. I click Miss Holsworth, it's going to shoot her an email saying that Brad McKetty doesn't know algebra really well. He needs a lot of help. And it's very true. Math is not my thing, but it's going to be, then we would set up a time to either we can work correspondence via email if it's something super simple, or we'll set up a Zoom meeting to kind of be able to go over and get that academic support. And then that way it's going to be able to allow the student and the teacher to work with a flexible schedule to kind of meet the best needs of both parties. And those help tickets are going to be for, we can talk about those. Those can help with student account issues. I'm going to tie the IT in there as well, even though you can email them directly, and it's probably the fastest way, the academic support. And then any attendance issues we'll address those. So student progress meetings. So this is a little bit different. This is like from CDL last year that we didn't have this component. Students, parents, and staff, we're going to meet bi-weekly to check on progress, attendance, discuss any student needs, any concerns that we may have. Really, those meetings are to say, hey, where are we at? This is where we should. This is a benchmark. This is where we should be working to. And if we are, awesome. How things going? How can we support you? If we're a little bit behind, we're going to talk about, hey, how can we remove some barriers? What's going on? How can I help support you? How can we motivate you to get things caught up? Because it's really important. We're trying to keep up the pacing, and we want to support everybody. So really, we're asking the parents and the students, we're going to do that virtually, kind of hopefully get all stakeholders involved. And we're going to do that on a bi-weekly, and those will be virtual via Zoom, and we'll schedule those electronically to streamline the process. So we'll be sending those out. We won't start those next week because we're just getting going, but those will be coming down the pipe to make sure that we're meeting, we're having that connection, we're working as a learning community, and it also allows us to, like, if there's something going on, we can talk about it. If there's some great things going on, we can celebrate those. So it's just making sure that we're having that constant communication and having some checkpoints along the way. So I'm super excited about having that aspect. So etiquette for a virtual visit. I won't read through all of this. I think the big things is, like, you know, you can see, like, they're going to want to have a super positive attitude. You guys are choosing to work in this online environment. I think that's awesome. You have the flexibility to make it work for your household and your family. Second one's kind of funny. Dress for success. Like, if we cannot be in pajamas, that would be great. Let's be dressed for our day, ready to go. I think that's really important. Make sure we use your real name when we go into our Zoom meeting. Like, you can see Brad McKitty, that's my real name. Now it's easy for me to take attendance. Okay, so making sure that we're using our real names on that. You know, don't make it Minecraft 65 or something, like, it's full name, real name. Okay, and then making sure that we're on our time, be on time. Like, that's a big thing. It's going to help us in life if we can be punctual and be on time and being dependable. Background. It's cool to have some different backgrounds. I have a lot of different backgrounds. I try to make sure that they're school appropriate at all times. So make sure with our backgrounds, be mindful of that. Just making sure things are good. And also, just like, because you can distract your classmates if you have something goofy behind you or inappropriate. So let's just make sure we're being mindful of that. Come with an attitude to be prepared and ready to go. Strong internet. If there are any connectivity issues, please email me on that. We'll see what we can do. We were able to have hotspots last year. I know those might still be available. Hotspots are fine. They're not as good as if we can hardwire a plug in. That's usually the best way to go. Okay. Audio, that's going to be up to the teacher. Okay. Like, Miss Vaughn is going to control her classroom as far as, like, the audio. If she wants people talking and the audio's on, she's going to let us know. If it's not time for audio to be on, we're just going to be quiet. We're going to be really mindful learners, and we're going to be really great at respecting that. So with the student parents and guardian present, just like a home visit, we want you to be involved. We want you in meetings. I think the big things is, if we can't make those meetings, we'll just make sure that we're rescheduling. And the biggest thing, I think, for sure, just come ready to learn, have positive attitude, and come with great intent to get ready to learn. And a lot of it's going to be on you guys, and it's super exciting to be able to work through this kind of online environment. I think it's going to be really, really fun for everybody. I ramble sometimes. I'm so sorry. Nutrition and food services. So meals are free this year throughout all grades. So everybody has the opportunity to get a free breakfast, free lunch. So what we're kind of asking here is, with staffing the way it is right now, due to COVID and vaccination and all the craziness that we're dealing with, is we're asking for families to come to the high school, because we have a little bit more staff. Angela Austin is our lead cook here, and she is amazing. She's super helpful. She loves working with families. And I love working with her. What I don't want to do is overwhelm her by having, 50 people show up and we don't know about it, because I don't want to make her have to scramble, and she won't have enough stuff ordered. So what we're going to do when we're done, I'm going to send this presentation out, and there's actually a link right here that says SOA lunch form. And you go in there and just kind of click. It's a Google form. It's going to just your name, your student's name, grade. You want breakfast, you want lunch, any dietary needs. So just kind of like real quick, down and dirty, kind of gives an idea of what we need to get ordered. And then I will relay out like times for that to be picked up once I kind of get an idea of where we're at with numbers. And then I get to talk to Angela and our lead cooks. Okay. So want to provide everybody meals. Just need some help knowing how many meals we're going to have to provide. All right. All right. So that was pretty quick. but I felt like we had a lot of information there. I'm gonna share this as soon as we get offline here. I recorded this, so this will be posted. I'll send this out tomorrow, the recording, but tonight I will email out the presentation. And right here, you can see if you click on this link, it's going to take you to what's called a Padlet. And the Padlet is going to allow you to ask any of those burning questions. I know there's questions about some questions about SPED and some other services and those things. I know that. I got a meeting tomorrow to kind of work that out. I know there's lots of other questions that people have. What I'm asking is if people can put it in there, that way I can really be mindful and I'm answering those questions in a succinct manner and getting those out to everybody by Friday is what I'm going to shoot for. So I do ask everybody, like, feel free, ask any question that you want, the Padlet. I'm going to address everything that's in there and I'm going to get that out to everybody. When I say admin team, you're looking at it, it's me, but I will provide that FAQ to everybody by Friday. So I do appreciate everybody tuning in. Please take the time to go and put any questions you may have in there. Feel free to email or call here at the high school. Again, I'll go back to my email and phone number. Again, I'm going to send this out right after we get done, but I do appreciate everybody's time. I'm excited for this year. I think, this is a new endeavor. Like, it's going to be bumpy. It's going to be ugly at times. But we're in this together. We're going to work through it. And I'm a very, very flexible, open book. And I am more than happy to help people in any manner. I just ask you, if we have any kind of problems, let's be solution focused. If we can focus on solutions and not just create problems, we're going to have a great year. So that's what I ask from everybody. Let's just work as a team, be solution oriented, and we're going to knock this out of the park. And I'm super, super stoked to get rolling. But I will send this link out. I appreciate everybody's time tonight. And other than that, have a good evening, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.